Hey, everybody. Just get into the comments. How are we all? See who we got here. We go all the way up the top. Shining, Kiki, Jenna. You're supposed to be up here with me, Jenna. Judo, CJ, Lick Lick Pop, Gloria, Charlie Girl, Matt, how are you? It's good to see you. Lovely. All right. Well, haven't we had some news this morning with the new interview? Can you all hear me? Just put a 1 in the chat if you can hear. Got an echo. Okay, hang on. I'll come out and back in. Is that better?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Is the echo gone? Apparently we had an echo. Okay, we're getting ones. So today we're going to be talking about, it is about summer, but it's also about the interview that Justice for All just dropped.
Yeah.
He was talking to Jose. I'm going to put that across because we are going to be talking about his interview. I know most of you probably saw it. So what are our thoughts?
What are our thoughts?
Where do we start?
I don't know. A little bit disgusted, to be honest with you.
I think it definitely makes you look at the players a lot
Yeah.
more. I think
Clarification of a lot of things.
Yeah. And I think a bit, like I always thought Don was a mean man, but after watching that, do you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
I didn't to that extent, but anyway. So
Yeah.
I did get some notes from the interview, so we can go over it. So if you haven't watched the interview, I believe it's back up, is it?
It is.
Yeah. So it's over on Justice for All. I will drop his link later as well. It was called Surprise Interview with Jose. So he started by saying that he rented the room from Candace. He said that he started in February, March, what's your winter, and he left touching fall. So when does fall start for?
Fall.
Yeah.
Fall starts about September.
So February, March till about September.
It was September, October, something like that.
Yeah. And that would have been 2020, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Right.
It's 9 months tomorrow.
Sad.
I'm just going to put this up just so that I know most of us know, but it is still an active Amber Alert for her. And yeah, it's 9 months for us today, but 9 months for her tomorrow. Well, it's 9 months too long.
It is way too long.
Another thing that jumped out at me as well with the interview was when he was talking about the snakes and the copperhead and the beehives in the yard. To think that those kids were running around. I mean, it's just to even know that they're there and still let them run around.
They figured they'll be more cautious of letting their children go outside and play.
Yeah. Well, I'm scared of my dogs even getting a tick. I couldn't imagine knowing that there was a snake out there and letting them go out. And because that's all we hear, that the kids were always running around the yard. Do you know what I mean? On the bikes and the fridge incident that came up again. Another thing that I found interesting was when he was talking about the room he was renting, or so-called renting, is that he said that he was sleeping in the basement next to Candace and Don, and that was supposed to be Summer's room.
Right.
Because he also said that they had their toys down there. It was their toy room, and they used to go down there while he was sleeping. What else did I get? Oh, the fact that he said that Don never went to church.
Right. That they just started going to church, correct?
Mm. Well, he said when he was there, Don never went to church. So,
Exactly.
what else did I get? I'm trying to think now. The shaving cream, that got to me.
I didn't hear that part.
They were the kitten, yeah. The shaving cream was that they were playing jokes on the kids, and when they were asleep, they were putting shaving cream on the kids. And
Oh,
Ryan was, I think it was the oldest one, they said, was waking up and actually crying because he had the shaving cream in his eyes, and they all just laughed at him and thought it was funny.
aw.
I mean, just thinking of what these kids went through is just a nightmare. It really. What else was there?
So sad. What got me was the kitten.
The kitten. That broke my heart. I will put like trigger warning for that one because. Do you mean even just imagining how Summer would have felt watching that? That is. And I've got a
Yeah.
daughter that loves cats, so I know. I don't know. It's just, yeah.
It's
And
sad.
then there was the fact that he also mentioned quite a bit about Summer running away and being behind buildings when he was talking to Candace at one stage. Did you hear that bit?
No, I didn't.
He was talking about, well, he was directly talking to Candace at that stage and asking her why she's doing what she's doing and saying she's not the same person that he was there with.
Oh,
And,
yes. Yes.
and he
Like,
started
what is
talking
she
about,
doing?
yeah, and Summer going missing and hiding behind a building or something, and then another time getting down the driveway and Don was hitting her with the belt coming back up the driveway.
Yes.
And do you mean Don said all along that she doesn't run away, so why? Do you mean it's another lie, I suppose, to the story?
But what got me was they had everybody thinking that Jose left the day that Don got back.
Yeah, but he said he was there for another month
Yeah.
after
But
that.
yeah, for a total of 6 months he was there.
Mm.
And then also that with Hunter. I'm sorry, H. Please forgive me for saying that.
Honestly, if I was Ali, I would have him arrested. Have her arrested for that. Like,
I would too.
yeah, that one, it triggered me a bit, that one, because as you know, my daughter was, yeah. What else did I write down? The fact that he also mentioned the fact that Candace on multiple times would buy Hunter drinks and vapes, and they weren't supposed to do it again, and then obviously she did. Them admitting to him about what they did and asking them not to tell Ali because Ali would go off.
Well, any mom would. Any rightful mom would.
Well, as I said, I don't blame her if she went and had a charge. So, He also mentioned the fact that Candace, and it's something that I've always thought in my head too, because even when I have my granddaughter here, I don't follow her every step. But he mentioned about how Candace would quite often let Summer run between the house and the caravan all the time and didn't take her like from one spot to the other. And
Right.
he also mentioned about the grandma having the 360 view of the property from the caravan too. What I thought was interesting, because Candace was supposed to be at the van. Why? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. And the only other ones I wrote down was about the dogs attacking people, and how he did admit that the kids had lice on them. That's why they had their heads shaved. That was about all the notes I got.
Yeah, he confirmed it. The reason why their hair was shaved.
Mm. Just going through. Yeah, and how Summer would take off. Chloe, there were heaps of parts that made me cry. It started at 5 a.m. here, so I started watching that at 5 until I called Jews. So didn't we get told that before about the fridge? Who said that about the fridge before?
It was on the news channel when Don was hitting the refrigerator.
Yeah, but didn't they say before that Summer used to like hiding in there? I thought we were told that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kitten, yeah. Why is MC yelling? Oh, because she's writing in caps.
She always writes in caps. I mean, he was basically pleading with her.
I really hope she listens. She needs to.
Yeah. I thought it was a fantastic interview.
He's done a great job. I hear they're fighting out there now, Molly and Tiffany Marie, though.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. But that doesn't help Summer none, does it?
No. The showers always disturbed me.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I had Haley here at Christmas, do you know what I mean? She's 5, and I'm not saying I'm as old as Don and that, but I'm around that age, and I couldn't even imagine going near Haley while she was in the bath. Like, I wouldn't put her in a bath or a shower with me. It's
right.
Just, I don't even think I'd let them. Yeah. But I'm
You bathe
extra
them at a certain age, but when they get to a certain age, you gotta teach them how to bathe themselves.
Yeah. See, the thing I don't get though, if he did, how he says that he didn't know about when he said he didn't know about Summer going missing, wouldn't have the TBI spoke to him a lot earlier about it?
He said they couldn't find him.
But wouldn't you just have social security numbers to check or something?
Right.
Like, I know in Australia everyone's got, even if we do work, we've all got social security numbers.
Exactly.
has everything in it. It is going to, and I think it's going to take a few times of actually watching it to pick up everything.
Yeah, I'm still not done watching it. So I try to scratch it, scratch it in real quick. What I did here was really alarming because he was actually there.
It was good though to finally hear someone talk good about someone. Like
Right.
everybody's, do you know what I mean? It's just been a cast or a script or, do you mean it's not, I don't know, I don't feel like we've ever had an honest opinion of someone who met up, and I don't know, he sounded honest. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I know we're
Right.
just taking his word, but it was just the McDonald's thing, the chips, do you know what I mean? We asked Don what's her favourite thing, and he ummed and ahed. You asked him straight away what was Summer's favourite food, and he comes straight up with the chips and the McDonald's. And
Yeah.
as much as it was hard to hear, I really liked hearing some good things about Summer.
Yeah, he spoke good things about Summer.
And I guess we're lucky in a way that he was there to at least show Summer some kind of love and respect.
Right.
I bet Ali presses charges on Candace. I hope she does. I hope she uses
I
that
pray
interview,
she does.
and I hope she does. Because maybe the both of them being inside might be what we need for one of them to.
You got your trigger warning up?
Yep. It's across the bottom.
What got me was when he said that Candace and H were doing that and the kids were watching.
Yeah. I think those kids saw absolutely everything that went on there, sadly.
And it's sad.
And it sounds to me like a house of horrors.
Right. I mean, I know everybody's house isn't perfect, but we all have a choice to how we raise our children.
But you still have like, do you mean for me it's hard because I looked at her house and the way she lived, and I was a single mum with 4 kids. Do you know what I mean? My kids were all under 5 at one stage, and 2 of them were special needs, but it doesn't take much to just keep what you've got clean or tidy,
Right.
or do you know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
and
That's
the
like
fact that
me.
they own that house, do you mean it should have gave them even more of a pride to look after it. I think people are going to be talking about it for a while.
They will, because this is the first time he's came out and spoke, and it wasn't like he was speaking out of a script. He was speaking just flowing out of his mouth.
Well, no one's gave him the script yet. You know what I mean? He's not. Everyone that's talked about it has been somehow intertwined with Don and Candace, and
Right.
They're going along with it. Whereas he wasn't there at the time, so he's not been pulled into that.
Yeah, he did confirm the abuse, but they both abused each other really bad. It's crazy. Oh man, yes, Judah.
Yeah. I don't even want to repeat that one, but yeah, that. And it's true. Like my husband's tall, and Haley's only small. Like it would be the first thing you see.
Right. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just really disturbing.
It's all right. We've all seen the abuse.
Yeah, the abuse is bad between both of them.
Mm. Irvin, it was an interview on Justice for All this morning. He interviewed Josie Raman. Is it Raman? Ramanan? I think his last name. It was a 5-hour interview, but it's. I'll get the link so we can drop it. Just 2 seconds. Okay. So this is the link to the interview. It is. Watch it with caution, because as you can hear, there is some very sickening parts, but we were going to do a watch and react, but out of respect, gentlemen, he's asked everyone for 48 hours, and that's understandable because I think he's gone through a lot of work to find him to get the interview, and he done a really good job on it. It is worth watching, but just with caution. I think for both of them, it was from their parents. That's what I mean. It was really good hearing some good things about Summer and someone that actually sounded like they actually loved her.
Right.
The other thing I did find questioning, though, was the amount of time that he said Hunter spent with Summer as well, because, do you mean we think it's going down the line? I'm just hoping that Hunter was more of a big brother than repeating what the adults were doing.
Yeah,
You know?
I pray.
Yeah.
I pray she gets justice. Amen.
I do feel it's coming. I do think something's going to happen that it's coming. Yeah, he did. He said that they were even surprised that a male cooked.
Right.
That got me too, because my partner does most of the cooking here. So, and it's funny because that's what my grandmother used to always say, was to teach the boys to cook so they could always cook for their partners. We just bring them up well in Australia.
Yeah. I think that he was saying that because they never did cook for them. They would always, buy junk food or either frozen meals. They never
He
had
also
a cooked meal.
he also mentioned too what I thought was nice about Ali when she went out there, that she went to the shops and brought a heap of food that was proper
Yeah.
and not snacks. The other thing too, what I found, Jimmy, was just the way he was talking about how Summer would fall asleep on everything. Like he was talking about a tire that she fell asleep against, and Jimmy, it just, I don't know if that plays a bit more into her sleeping on the milk, because a tire wouldn't be
Yeah.
very comfortable.
Right.
And no, I think I just keep trying to tell myself that that is just a picture of her sleeping.
Yeah. I think she was sleeping in that picture. I know other people say different, but
I think she was. I know people have said they've seen discoloring and everything, but I don't. Do you mean? I think if they were swimming and she was swimming, and even if she did go under, do you know what I mean? She would have been tired.
right.
because I know, like little kids, they wear themselves out.
Yeah,
So
swimming is it's a good exercise.
mm, well, we take the grandkids to I mean, even just to the shop. What's only 2 blocks up the road, and we're carrying her back because she won't walk back. But
Yeah.
they get worn out so easy, and she was so young. Um, he has. He's also shown me a different side of Don. Like as I said before, Jim and I always thought Don was a horrible, mean person, but it just goes to the extent now. I never imagined him. Well, I suppose we don't want to imagine in our head that.
Well, see, people see him as two different people. Like when he's out in public or talking on like YouTubes or whatever, he's one person. But
Mm,
when he's behind closed doors, he's a total different person, and that is true because I've seen it.
yeah. Does it? So, what do we think? Does it change our minds on Candace? What's people's thoughts after seeing it?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I, MC, you're fine.
Mm. See, it's really hard to tell from a picture as well.
All right.
I mean, it's hard for me because I still have two different ideas of what could have happened. I don't think she was taken from the property. I really don't.
I don't either.
But I'm hoping it was an accident. I hope, do you know what I mean? It was just an accident and they're all just trying to cover up so that nobody gets in trouble. Um,
Right.
Obviously, I want one of them to come forward because she still needs justice and she still needs to be laid to rest if that's part of it. But I suppose because of where I come with spirits as well, I do believe in the psychics. And you know what I mean? I have been, I don't know if you follow Reverend Donna,
Yeah.
but she's had certain ideas too. And those ones break my heart, but it's still a possibility that, do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I don't want my head going there. um,
I know what got me was, you know, he did say how much Summer loved Dawn.
mm. And he said that
And
when, yeah,
go
go.
ahead.
I was just saying how he said when Don came back, he was straight on to Where's Summer and that from Utah.
Yeah. You know, I don't know, to be honest with you. I know I inserted myself into that situation with them, but I know how much both of them lie.
Mm.
And it's really hard to believe anything that they will say, you know?
And and we've seen so many sides of both of them. Do you know what I mean? You see, it's like they've got 10 different personalities, I swear.
Right.
But that's the thing, I didn't, like, I don't know. Just when you heard Josie today, it didn't sound like he was lying. Do you know what I mean? He
No,
actually sounded like he was talking from his heart.
I know, MC.
She is, but I think, and this is something we were talking about the other day, is someone's rock bottom. Do you know what I mean? This has to be her rock bottom. She has to be able to see for herself now what's going on and that she's losing everything and want to get it back. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's none of us that can help her get it back. She has to want it. And I think sadly, while everyone's giving her money and making it easier, and she's got her little rides over there with the one she has, I don't think
Yeah.
she's ever going to want it. But I feel bad for anyone that's in that situation. It is.
Yeah, especially when children are being abused as well.
Mm. See,
Yeah.
I think I got a dose of what they were going through when Molly and that went down there and they brought back the phone calls. Do you mean you could hear all of them in the background, and it sort of gave me a vision of what went on up at the hill, but today
Right.
just cemented it, if that makes sense.
Right.
Um,
I did too. I know a lot of people think that he has something to do with it, but I don't know, to be honest with you. He didn't sound scripted. It didn't sound scripted to me.
no, it sounded from the heart to me.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He's the first honest one I think that's actually spoke.
Right.
But it was interesting too. He said he didn't know any of the neighbours.
Yeah.
If you're at a property for 6 months,
Right.
why would you not know any of your neighbours? I think we were here for 6 hours when our neighbour came and introduced himself to us.
Yeah.
But he's an Italian, so
Mhm.
they didn't stand a chance. And that's why I've always said whatever's happened, Summer's actually saved her brothers.
Yeah. Exactly.
But in saying that, I do want to say that I think a lot of I try to be very careful with what I say and how I present things, but a lot of YouTubers have to realize that there is going to come a time when, do you mean probably even now, that those kids are going to be on YouTube and on social media, and they're going to see everything that's being said. And as much as it hurts, do you know what I mean? I can only imagine how much it's going to hurt them hearing half the things
Right.
some of the creators say. It's just not right.
No, it's not.
And
Because
even
regardless,
going back,
it's still their parents, you know?
they are, and they're still. Do you mean I don't have contact with my parents because of things that's happened in the past, but they still are my parents. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to see them slanted, and not that I'm saying what's being said isn't right, but it just doesn't need to be plastered everywhere because
Right.
the kids are still so young. Hey, Melsa, man. I see you there. And another one the other day, what we can speak on is our thoughts on Grandis changing the script when
Well,
she
she
spoke.
messed it up, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
Because she said that she didn't even, she couldn't even remember where they went swimming. Makes me wonder
Right.
if she even went out there.
Right.
Another thing when you think of she was actually in the hospital for her leg, so would she have been able to walk around? Because some of the videos I've seen of the trail going down to the water, do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's pretty rough, and it would be for someone with a leg brace on.
Right. And you got different people saying, well, she wasn't there. Then you got people saying she was. Well, Candace says she was there.
Mm.
And then she herself don't even remember the name of the place she supposedly went to.
And also when she spoke to, this is going back ages ago, was it, who was it who had the text
Okay.
messages? No, when they had the text messages. Was it Emma from Crime Obsessed? I think it was.
It was Critical K, the ones that I was referring to.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Critical K. There was another, I can't remember who it was, but there was another creator who put out text messages from Grandma. And even in that story, Grandma didn't mention the swimming at the waterhole.
Yeah, she spoke to Emma too.
Yeah, I think that's who I was thinking of when she put out all the messages, and you know what I mean, she didn't mention the swimming hole in that one either. It was Emma. Because I still know that was the grandmother that day, as much as they deny it.
Yeah, they try to say that Grandma got hacked into, but I don't. The way that people, when I was on the phone and I seen the reaction of when it got leaked out,
Mm.
it it was like everything that went wrong.
Well, even Cher admitted, I think it was about a week ago, that even she admitted that they asked her to lie and tell people it wasn't the grandma.
It's crazy.
Seeing if there's any more. Well, we don't know if he was home.
But Dawn was home, so you know it was her. Yeah.
I believe he was home earlier. I don't think he was home all. Well, I hope he wasn't home all day.
Well,
One
I
thing
got the
they didn't
proof
talk
that
about
he
whether
was
the
home.
hey,
I got the proof that he was home.
well,
But
all day,
do no, he got
all
off work
day.
early. No,
Yeah.
he got off of work early that day.
See, that's my theory. Well, my theory is that he would have been home around the 3:30 mark.
Yeah.
For what I'm, do you know what I mean? Because you think about it, that would have been about, they would have got home about 3, going by the timeline, and it would have taken them about half an hour, I reckon, well, giving them half an hour
Right.
for drivers to get out and get the groceries out and stuff, and then obviously called Don from there. But that's always that 2-hour bracket from the 3:30 to the, or really 3-hour bracket, isn't it?
They called it 6:30, didn't they?
6:30 was the dispatch call. Yeah,
Yeah.
6:25 was the dispatch call,
Yeah.
and that's when he reckons he was coming home. So it was from 3:30 to 6:30 that they couldn't get. And the other reason that makes me think the 3:30 was the mark was because when Don spoke about them clearing their phones, not that I think they would have, but do you know what I mean? He brought up the 3:30 mark there as well. He reckons everything from 3:30 was cleared.
Yeah, I don't think that they would clear their phones like that.
No. Well, I've just from my research, do you know what I mean? They just put them into a program, and the program takes all the information. They don't have to delete anything. And even things that are deleted, they can get back. I think we all learnt that from the Watts case.
I think it's just so many mixed stories,
Mm.
and you don't know who's telling the truth, who's lying.
And I think
And this baby's out here missing.
there's too many people inserting themselves into it as well. Like the other day when I was talking about William, I spoke about the house being a crime scene and so many people being on the property and around the property. And do you know what I mean, it's the same with Summer's story. You think about how much change has been made to the property, even with the renovations, and then how many people have been up and around that property. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And they could have moved and changed. Well, they have moved and changed a lot of things. And that was another thing that Josie said too. He said something about a blue work truck moving.
No, it was the red truck, and it had a ladder rack on the back of it that Don used to go long distances And remember, they at the beginning of the thing, they was looking for a red truck with a ladder rack on it,
Mm.
but the truck didn't
So,
belong to Don. But Don used it on certain occasions to do long travels.
mm. And he also spoke about that the car only, like the new car they've got, that they only got that after Candace dropped the charges, and that he thought that would have been a brought off gift.
Right. It's crazy. I mean, if he felt really, I mean, when he was speaking, I really felt heartfelt for him because he was blaming himself as well.
Mm,
Like he could have done something, but he said he turned a blind eye to it.
yeah. I don't think they were terrified because Candace has always been very outspoken
Yeah,
to
especially this
everybody.
year.
Yeah. Like Candace doesn't come across to me as someone that would be like scared or back down. Or
He did mention a blue. See, I didn't hear it. What did he say about the blue truck?
it was something about, like, I only remember a little bit. He said that there was a blue truck or something on the property, and it had been moved now from where it used to be. Like it used to be somewhere else in the property, and it's been moved on the property or something.
Um,
But I don't know. I'd have to go back and look through some of the old photos. But didn't Candace also speak of a blue truck at
yes, a
Dr. Phil's?
blue. Was it a blue truck or a blue van she spoke of?
I can't remember, but I think it was a. I think it was a blue truck. She said before she went in, because that's what threw everyone. We were all expecting the red one, and then she said blue.
He is. You're exactly right. She was. That was on what Dr. Phil's. And when she said something about the blue vehicle,
Yeah, everyone was all shocked because we all thought it was a red one.
right?
So I wonder if that's something to do with it. Maybe we've got to look into this blue truck a bit more. I don't know if there's one on the property.
There was a junker in the yard. I know they're cleaned their yard up since this has happened. So I know, right, Denise?
Yeah, see, they did speak about that, and that sort of got me. Is that when they spoke about, like, they did ask Josie if the grandmother spoke about Rose, and that's when he said that she always was crying about it, and that Candace was always jealous over her missing her. So
Yeah,
I don't think the grandmother was involved in it, but I think Candace could know a bit more than what she's saying about Rose. But I truly don't think the grandmother knows where Rose is. I think that's just a feeling. Like, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's correct or fact.
and the thing I don't get now is that since Don is in jail, Grandma has done came out and spoke, and she rewrit the whole timeline. But Candace is refusing to go on air.
Mm. But then that's what I found funny. When the news people were there, she refused to go on air. But about 4 or 5 hours later, she was on YouTube doing her
Right.
question and answers, and that was the same day. It's like, come on.
I just don't understand it.
Like, if that was my daughter, do you know what I mean? I would be jumping in front of every camera, every bit of anything to highlight it and bring it up. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't care how long it's been. I'm still going to be jumping on everything I can possible.
Yeah, most definitely. But that's what I mean. Do you know what I mean? It's not until Candace is actually going to hit her rock bottom will she start trying. Like, I believe it's in her, and I really want to have faith as a mother that she will see the light and hit her rock bottom, and because she can still come back out of this.
Yeah.
But she's just got to be honest, and she's got to really put some work in. What we all do. Do you know what I mean? We all do that too.
I know sometimes being a mom, we have to put ourselves aside and think
Mhm.
about, regardless if it's wrong or right, we got to put ourselves aside and do what's right for our children.
Yeah. I am just gonna 26. I'm just gonna get that link and put in again for justice for the. Was it justice for all?
Justice for all. It was a great. Yeah, please go watch the video, subscribe to him. It was a great interview.
And
But
even just go and like it so that we can get it out there, because that's, do you know what I mean, the most important thing. We need to get it out in the algorithm so that it gets up there. And
right, I mean, it was an amazing interview, and it's sad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's sad.
mm, it's definitely put me in a different mood.
Yeah,
But yeah. Well, I think that's
you're,
about all we can.
you're exactly right, Spirit Child.
Yeah.
I understood what you said.
He's always got to have his input. It's like my little secret sidekick.
Well, you got a good sidekick. I pray, Glorian.
I'll make you look at it.
You are not going to see. Now he's just started him. Now he's going to go look at it.
Not gonna make you.
He's gonna go look at it. Spirit time, you gonna go look at it? Just go look at it.
He's headed to the kitchen, so he must be. Hopefully he comes back with another.
So, what do you think will be the next thing out of this case?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't. I think every time you think it's ended or you've heard enough, something else comes up with it.
Yeah, but at least something good's come up now with that interview.
I think the biggest thing I take away from it is, one, I hope Candace really does watch and listen to it.
Right.
Especially the part where he's talking to her, because, do you mean that was directly to her?
Yes, it was.
And
it was really heartfelt.
Yeah. And I also hope Allie listens to it, and, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
As a mother, she has some decisions to make as well, because as much as I don't know, as much as, do you mean take away Summer's case, and this is what we have to with Don when we're talking about it as well. Do you know what I mean? There's still underlying charges and cases there that they both need to address on top of what's happened to Summer. Like, I'm not saying that, do you mean any of them are more important than the other, because all victims deserve to have their justice, but I think it's another thing Summer's done is put a light on them to maybe save people in the future. Do you know what
Exactly.
I mean? Her life's really, even though it was probably so short, it's counted for so much, and she's probably saved a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's so sad. She's a beautiful little angel.
Oh, she's gorgeous. As I said, she always reminded me, I'm just going to put her up again. It always reminded me of my granddaughter, because she's got the blonde hair, the same age. They're just beautiful.
She's so precious.
Mm. And see, that was another thing I found funny too. When they put the Amber Alert out, they didn't put a recent picture of her out.
Yeah.
Like on all the Amber Alerts, it's mainly that picture. And that picture was about 2 years. Well, she looks about 2 years younger.
Well, I know that someone said, I can't remember who, said that they didn't have any recent pictures of her other than the ones that they had posted on TikTok or
Mm.
something, but they all got deleted, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm. Yeah. Well, if no one else wants to come up, I'm not even looking at comments.
Does Shiny want to come up? Anybody want to come up? Lovely.
I've got to get everyone to go and join Lovely's channel. If someone can put her
Yes.
link out. Because she's just starting, so I want us all to give her support and
Yeah.
some love. Hey, Venomous, I never seen you. Just seen you there.
Hey, Venomous. It's good that they caught the guy.
Mm.
Is there any mods in chat?
I can't say. Well, there is. Yeah. One of them's making me coffee, so. I want you to go to Lovely's channel and share her link.
And also, Shining's.
Shining's a mod. She can go and get it. Earn that wrench.
Yeah.
So that's Lovely's one that Spirit Times put in there.
Yeah, y'all go subscribe. She's about to start her channel. It's new.
And we've got to get all the subs up there. Well, if no one wants to come up.
All in our chat plan. Well, get out of the chat. Come over back over here.
Coffee with.
I think so, Denise. Today, I think we got the most special look at summer. You're exactly right.
Mm.
Coffee talk with Shining Survivors.
And the bottom one that he's put in is Shining's link.
Okay, so the top one is Lovely's, and the bottom one is Shining's.
Yeah. Yes, no, that was, as I said, it was very sad, but I was happy to hear those little good stories. Do you know what I mean? They're the stories we want to hear off a parent, but sadly it's taken us 9 months to get there. And
I'm asking Shiny if she's coming up.
If she comes up, she's going to start hacking. You know that. No, she just.
Oh, really, Shiny? Shiny, are you coming up?
Do you need the leak?
You need the leak. I never know who myself.
No, Spirit Time done it for you.
We got Shining, Survivors, and then also we have Lovely.
I've just pinned the
leak.
I'm sure she's got some lovely words on the interview.
I totally agree. Lovely. Justice for Summer. She needs it.
I can't hear anything. Hold on.
We need to get some purple hearts in there for someone.
Can't hear nothing.
You can't hear us?
Can you hear me?
Things have gone on down.
Oh, my phone.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't know. My phone wasn't doing what it was supposed to. Oh, I think I've been compromised.
You've been hacked.
Here comes. No, I had it
We
on
can't
a
say that word.
speaker. What? What?
We can't say that word.
What?
You can't say it here. Compromised. Say it with me.
Make sure y'all hit the like.
She's trying to say you hacked her, Jenna. That's what she's trying to say.
I know she's trying to say I hacked her, but it's okay. I still love you too.
So, Shiny, tell us
Well,
your thoughts on the interview.
my thoughts on the interview is heartbreaking. Just heart. I mean, it was nice to hear someone who appears, I say appears because, all we can do is go on what he's saying, but he seems to be honest and forthright and more quote unquote normal. If you understand what I'm saying on that. And it was nice to see that at least the kids had him in their life for a little bit,
Yeah.
and it was just nice to see someone who seemed to be honest, but it was very sad at the things he was having to say. And your heart just goes out for him. I mean, the terrifying things, and like the refrigerator thing. What the heck? They say if you put a refrigerator outside, to have the garbage man pick it up. Here, they tell everyone you have to take the door off. Do not leave the door on. So why would you have a refrigerator?
Fridges out, are we?
No,
Do
We're
what?
not even allowed to. We have to take them to the tip and hand them in.
Oh, okay. Well, I know in the state I live in, we can set them out, but you're supposed to have your door removed. Because if a child comes along playing and they go to get in it before the garbage, I mean, I just don't understand, like, how in the world,
It was a cat story that got me with that one, though. That's. I mean, as very much as I love my children and my grandchildren, I love my animals. And even this morning, like Brittany's cat came out this morning and it had it's got a thing at the moment. It's not liking wearing its collar. And because we've had to register it, we have to put its collar on. And it keeps getting its mouth stuck in the collar so that it can't. Like a gag kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And it just gets it stuck there. And I mean, even that breaks my heart watching him try and get that off. So that story, that was the one that got to me.
And you add the factor of your little girl screaming. I mean, she had to have been just shrieking in fear. And, and I just, oh God,
Yeah, we did. But I think it confirmed it. Like, we've heard it from other people, but as even Jenna said before, Jeremy, most of the narrative that we've heard has come from Don and Candace in some shape or form, and we can't trust anything that they say because even what they've told one person, do you know what I mean, they go and tell someone else something completely
it's hard to
different in a
believe.
matter of minutes.
It's hard to believe what they say. The time that I was speaking with Candace,
But even then, just in your opinion, like, has she changed now from the person that you were talking to?
Yeah, most definitely. Because before she would not even get on YouTube. She hated Don being on YouTube.
Yeah, now she's running her own channel.
Yeah, now it's like, what's happened? I mean, I don't understand it. Like,
well, to me, it also let me know how long that refrigerator's been out there.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like a week or two or something, but I mean, from this, it's been out there for quite a while.
Hey, Dusty.
She's from the deep beyond.
Yeah, right, MC. That's what I think happened. But
Mm.
I can't get that image out of my head. I'm sorry.
I think also it was harder for me too because, as I shared with you this morning, my granddaughter only just got a kitten a couple of days ago. So I could imagine if it.
Yeah, it's just
I mean, is for someone to be mean to an animal, you know, that shows, and especially, how can I say this in a nice way? For someone to do that to an animal has no heart at all. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say that. And that shows what type of person that is. That's a monster. If they would do that to an animal, what would they do to their children? And I'm not going to say I'm sorry for saying that.
exactly.
And that's the thing, when you think about it, do you know what I mean? People that do these heinous crimes, a lot of them have hurt. Do you mean if you do the research into it, and I suppose, do you know what I mean that's the way I look at it, is a lot of them have hurt or started on animals, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if that's not the first animal that he's hurt.
No, and they say that is one of the signs.
That's one of the first signs it's hurting animals. You're exactly right.
Mm. Yeah, no, that broke my heart.
Yeah,
So I'm
it's
just
just
putting it
It
down.
is.
there's just so much information to really like. I don't know. I guess because he does come off as truthful, and so many times you're like, what do you believe? What do you not believe? But this guy, you're like, I believe what he's saying. It doesn't seem like he's lying at all. And what does he have to gain if he's lying?
Right.
He doesn't have a dog in this game. He's got no reason to go up there and tell a bunch of lies or anything.
I'm sorry. I believe it was heartfelt. I don't think he was lying.
No, neither do I. That's what I mean. I think he was the first person that came forward and spoke from the heart. Gee, he even admitted that he slept with Ali. So, do you know what I mean? It's not something
Right.
totally to be telling people, but he was quite proud of it.
Right.
So if he's not going to lie about that, then
I mean, he even admitted that the reason why Ali and Candace fell out was because of him. He admitted that.
mm. But
Yeah,
see,
it's just
I don't know. I just feel like going and shaking Ali right now and saying, "Go and get down to the law enforcement, put charges on him,"
Right.
and then I feel like just shaking Candace and saying, "Wake up."
I just pray she sees it.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know if
yeah,
she watches YouTube. After everything that's going on with H and everything like that, I don't know.
yeah.
I think she does, but I think it would be certain channels.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she's always all over Benny's channels and stuff like that, and we've seen her doing her rounds lately. So I think since Don's gone, she does watch a bit more, but I think it would be very, and sadly, I don't think it would be his channel because he is associated with Molly, and we know what she thinks of
Right.
Molly. Sadly, so that's what I mean. It's just everyone's got to go and even just like it, so we can get it out in the algorithm. So she can't
Right.
miss it. Do you know what I mean? But then maybe she might see the title, and that might get her in.
All we can do is pray. Mhm.
Yeah.
Pray. Yeah. If the money stops coming in, she is more likely to open her mouth. So
Yeah, I've said that.
I
You know what I mean? And
completely
that
agree.
all these people that are supporting them, they've just got to stop. And
Oh, Gloria wants to come up. Venomous,
I
I'm so
just,
proud of you for being sober. That took a lot. You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Sobriety is amazing. You should be very proud of yourself.
See, I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to the. I think that video is gonna be one to listen to a few times because I think there's probably gonna be things missed because you're trying to absorb what he just said. You know.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to rewatch it too because I was skimming through it and I know I missed a lot. You know, trying to skim through and try to get some important information, and I probably missed some important information.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, because you're so busy thinking about trying to process what was just said, you know. And like
Right.
I think it really did give a more detailed. I mean, you kind of can look at it and see the dysfunction that's there already, right? Just from videos of inside of the house, you see the dysfunction, and then you
Right.
hear the certain stories from here and there. But this one to me was more in depth. There was definitely things that I had not heard before, like the hole in the wall that the kids were watching things through. I had not heard that before.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, so to me that was just like, yeah, there's a lot. I think there's more information there than probably any of the other ones we've heard so far.
Exactly, because he was there, and I think that he done it from his heart, letting everybody know what was. And I hate to say it, he let everybody know what was really going on in the house, because everybody else is trying to be like, no, this is okay, but no, it wasn't okay.
No, no, this is heartbreaking. I mean, it just really, whew. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was sitting there crying. You point, I was just, oh my gosh, this is just, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm only 3 hours into it and I've already heard.
Too
My
much.
stomach was turning when I stopped listening, put it that way.
Yeah, I'm only 3 hours into it too. Is Gloria coming up?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I thought it was a link for me to come up, but it was just to the channel.
So you just sub to everyone.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah,
I think
I
you're
found the
linked to
whole
us,
interview to be really interesting, though. Just yet another look into the case.
I think everyone's going to be talking about it for a while on YouTube. I know I've seen quite a few going up, but I do know that the one thing Justice for All has asked is that everyone not play it for 48 hours just to give him the credit of it, and that's only fair because, as I said, he's done a lot of work to try and even find him.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he did a really good job on that interview. I'll say that was wonderful that he was able to get him to actually come up and speak. I think it's been 9 long months, and we should have heard from him a long time ago.
And I don't know if people know her, but that ICU was another one that helped him. They were both ringing up people, like numerous numbers. So, do you know what I mean? The credit's got to go to both of them. They both did an amazing job on the interview, and to even stomach being able to sit there and talk about all of that. I don't know. It's just.
I think possibly he was tired of his name floating around and being slandered, and he finally got the guts to come out and say something about it. But I'm still wondering about Hunter's dad. That dude is a freak. I mean, in all ways. I'm wondering what he does and doesn't know, because it kind of seems like he's hiding. It's kind of almost like he's beating around the bush about some things, like throwing little crumbs out there to you for you to decipher in your own, in your own way.
Yeah. See, that's another thing too. What you've got to wonder, because it was only like 3 or 4 weeks ago that H's dad came out. And he was saying that he was talking to Jimmy, that he was friends and that he was talking with this Jose, but that's not what he said today either. He said he hadn't spoke to him in 3 years. So it just makes you wonder what's his story. Do you know what I mean? Why is he putting a little bit into it? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Possibly because he sees dollar signs, and that's like what a lot of these people see in this. And this is my very first, and I haven't let it go, behind the scenes true crime. I've always been interested in true crime, and this has been my first one. And like, you really truly see how a lot of this stuff happens and how these people act. And then the next time you go into looking into something, then you know that stands out to you.
Yeah.
I guess like being a detective.
It does. Well, my first one was Chris Watts, so do you know what I mean? It was just as messy as this one. But
Well, I don't understand. If Jose has told the FBI, TBI all this information,
why
why?
haven't they gone and arrested?
Yeah, that's I don't get it. Like,
I would think with all the information that they do have, that they can, how would you say it? That they can prove, that they should be able to get them without a body. Maybe they're working on that. And was it somebody? No, it was in Tiffany's. Somebody was in there calling his sister or his stepsister, maybe both of them, liars, and just slandering the hell out of them. That's another thing. Why would they lie about any of this? I mean, that's false reports. That's prison time right there. For doing something of that nature.
Yeah, but he admitted what he done to his sisters too. So
Right.
It's not like it's just their word. Do you know what I mean? He has admitted.
Right. But there's still people out here slandering them, like slandering their names and talking bad about them when there is the actual proof. And that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Is there's proof to a lot of this. And there's still people out there that I guess believe what they want to and twist it how they want to. And it's really it's really sick. It's really sickening.
See, I think for every victim there'd be someone out there that doesn't believe you. But he has admitted to it, and Jimmy and I know the sisters have the charges, and that's what I was going back to before. These are charges that need to be seen. Do you know what I mean? Even if Jose's gone and told TBI about what he said today about Hunter, why haven't they gone and charged her for that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've still got to find Summer and get justice for her, but there's also a lot of criminal charges that are coming forward, and do you know what I mean? These people can't get away with it.
Yeah, they need
I know in Australia they would be locked up. It's that simple.
There's a lot of it that just doesn't make sense. You know.
Can you hear us, lovely?
Lovely.
Yeah, not only the one, but the one that we
Yes,
were talking
I'm
about
here.
was in the live where they said the kids were watching things through the holes. People do things.
Yeah. Exactly.
If that is known, then why don't they go to the children? I guess we don't know that they haven't. But why don't they ask them about that personally?
I think they would. Do you know what I mean? Like, as I said, I go by what Australian laws are, but we have that case with William, and the sister has continually been questioned. Do you know what I mean? We're 7 years later, and she still gets questioned. So until there's an answer, those boys they'd have them in psychiatrists, I'm assuming, and those kind of places, and they would be professional ones that would be questioning them to see when their story changes. But the only thing I really miss in this case,
when Grandma changed the whole story.
yeah,
Did y'all see my comments earlier? Speaking of grandma, why is Grandis, and I'm not gonna give her the respect of calling her grandma or anything else. Why was Grandis sleeping in the house when she has a trailer outside that she had already admitted that she could sleep in because she talked about taking a nap before replanting the cactus or whatever.
Yeah, but when Jose was there, he said that she was sleeping in the house with him.
Right.
So why would she be in there anyway?
Where would she fit? Like, the house isn't that big. You know what I mean? You got to think of the boys, and then he said he was downstairs with them. So
Downstairs looks. I'm sorry, but it looks like a dungeon. It just doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me.
And he also mentioned that the back door didn't have a lock on it.
Right.
Where we've all asked whether that door was locked or not. And I do
And also,
remember
it wasn't tinted either.
Yeah, he did say that it wasn't tinted, and he said about the lounge being across. Like, where's that lounge now? Where?
Yeah, and I'd heard that before, that there was a couch in front of the door.
Yeah, I heard it somewhere before. I remember hearing it, or people questioning whether there was a couch there or not. But he sort of cemented that. The Utah story was different too.
You know, if she were killed in the house, though, my question's always been, wouldn't the cadaver dogs have picked up a scent, or if she were deceased in that car, wouldn't they picked up that scent?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of,
What I know about cadaver dogs, I do know that they have different kinds. So some are for death, some are just for, do you know what I mean? People that are hurt. I do know there's even certain ones that are just for animal deaths. Do you know what I mean? They tell the difference between humans and that. So it depends what kind of dogs they had out there. But I have noticed every time they've gone back out for the searches, they have had dogs out there all the time.
Yeah, but I also know that cadaver dogs don't actually pick up on scent all the time, because Kathleen Moore case, the cadaver dogs have went in that area that they actually found her body at.
Oh, okay.
And they dismissed her body.
It depends what they're trained for. That's what I'm saying. Like, certain dogs are trained for certain things. There was I know there's a sub that goes around Canine Rescue. I might see if I can get an interview with her one night where she can come on and explain the difference between all the cadaver dogs and the rescue dogs.
Yeah.
She brings them and she.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get in touch with her, because I've heard her talk a couple of times and she's amazing at explaining the difference. But so it just depends what dogs they had out there.
That would be great.
The Utah story. I thought didn't he say the Utah story was the same? It was only on Josie leaving.
Yeah, what I had heard was when he came back from Utah, there was like a huge fight, and he was there to kick Jose out. But
yeah,
Jose saying he was there a month after he got home, so that doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, exactly. Like that was a lie.
Yeah, he's saying the fight happened over the shower.
Yeah, I heard that one. And see, that's an interesting one. Well, I mean, how many times did he shower? Because Jody Sue was saying that she supposedly saw it happen too.
Right.
But yet, and she was saying she's up there all the time, but yet Jose saying no, he didn't know any of the neighbors. So if Jody Sue was up there all the time, then it seems like they would have met.
Right.
He also said that he didn't know of any of the neighbors, so they were there all the time. Do you know what I mean? Why didn't he know them?
Yeah, it seems like he would have.
Did he say he had not met Jody Sue?
He hadn't met Jody Sue.
Yeah, he said he hasn't met Jody Sue.
Okay.
He only knew about the woman that Don cheated on Candace with.
Yeah, in the house.
Okay.
A lot of stuff going on in that house, y'all. A lot of stuff, man. Wow.
Definitely somewhere where those kids have seen way too much, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I would agree with that.
I agree with that as well.
And I think that, as I continually say, I think that's the only good thing about this case is that Summer has saved those boys
Yeah.
from a lifetime of hell and ending up like their parents. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully they'll break the cycle with the boys now that they're getting properly looked after.
Yeah.
But now we just need justice for poor Summer.
Right. It's a sad situation.
It really is, y'all. It really is just. We knew the horror. We knew some of the horrors, and we could have guessed some of them. But hearing from this guy, it just seems like wow, solidifies it all and says, "Hey, you know, perhaps more horrifying than we even imagined to begin with."
Mm.
Yeah.
I've done that one. Hello, my darling.
Hi, Van.
We'll excuse you. Van's got 6 children and a husband at the moment, so.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
And we know the most challenging one is the sick husband.
Yeah.
Well, I think I might end it there.
Okay.
I do want to apologise for yesterday too. I was not feeling very well. Even last night I haven't slept well, so. But I really wanted to come on today and talk about what was going on.
No need to apologize. We're just glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for coming up, and
thank you for having us.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, go like, subscribe.
Much love to all.
I've already done that, Aussie. Already done that. Love you guys.
I love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.